Welcome to the world. Good afternoon, one and all. Thanks for joining the show. This is Richard, and this is Jamlish, and this is a show that we're going to be discussing a very important subject, COVID. You know, we don't want to beat around the bush, but you know, it's affected everybody around the world. In the UK, I'm sure everybody within the panel will be able to give us their own opinion of COVID. So I'm going to introduce our panel today. So we have Simeon, Barrydon, Rosie, Pamela, our new guest, welcome Robbie, and also Mimi. Everybody wants to give a little introduction of themselves, that's okay. Simeon, to begin.
Well, people did I look for good channel with them find one now. You don't have to look no further. We're there now. Jamlish, there now.
Barrydon there, Jamlish there, the crew there. So tune in, yeah.
Yeah, welcome to Jamlish again. Watch we on Facebook, YouTube, like, subscribe, and share. But now watch we on the bite back, you might drop off.
Oh, you mean?
Pamela?
I, born and bred in Britain, but through these veins, it's all Jamaican. Labrish no hard to find, you know.
Welcome to the new man, Robbie. Little introduction, please, sir.
Yes. There. Born in Jamaica, from England. There, work with London Transport. Join the crew with Labrish. You know, we have to do the thing. What you see is what you get.
Nice to have you on board, sir. Welcome to the crew.
Hi, it's me again, Marie. Welcome to Jamlish, and I hope you enjoy our topic today on COVID.
Good, thanks. As I said at the start, it is a serious topic. And before we want to start, I'd just like to, with the rest of the panel, just show a bit of respect to all the people that have suffered worldwide, in the UK, Spain. I'm sure Pamela will be able to vouch for that. Just a quick 10 minutes, 10-second silence. So just pause and before we start our discussion. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for that minute silence.
Respect.
So just before we do start a little discussion and you can give your own opinions, I just want to show you this little video that we've set up involving a couple of people, or one that we know, and have a look at this video and just give us your thoughts and we'll have a discussion about it as well.
And you know, so you can't sue them. You know, so that is written in there, that if it go wrong, you cannot sue them.
I know.
It's a man-made thing. They want to depopulate the world. Yeah. They want to control the world. And all they're doing, they're frightening people into putting this poison in themselves. No.
Thank you. So, as I say, in terms of that video, that was like some strong views and opinions that were going on. And we're going to start the discussion and the show with one of the persons involved in that video, Barry. So, Barry, you know, you had a discussion there. You know the person, I believe.
Video, COVID is a topic. COVID is something that that hit the whole world. And as far as I understand, the only cure we got, recognized cure right now, is the vaccine. And in that video, an individual said they would not take that vaccine. I mean, because they don't know what's in the vaccine. I mean, you take a paracetamol, it's a paracetamol, you don't know if it's paracetamol in it. You take all different kind of medication, you don't know what's in it. So I don't think the government going to be introducing a vaccine where to destroy the world because millions of people taking the vaccine. So why would they introduce a vaccine to destroy millions of people?
Yeah.
And that's why I to myself, when the time comes for me to take the vaccine, I take it.
But
and I hope everybody who it affects or who think it can help them.
But that's what I tell the truth, Barry. That's what the argument kind of start really now. Because me know that video too. But me, you, and Maka. And as I always start off, and I feel I have to start off in saying, I'm not telling nobody to take it. I'm not telling nobody not to take it. Everybody needs to conclude for themselves. Yeah. I conclude for myself. I remember right in the video there, me was looking at it like my kind of sense. I mean, he's more radical than me. He's a humble youth. But me not take it. Because as far as I'm concerned, it don't stop you spreading it. And it doesn't stop you getting it. So them say it minimize the death. All them know that.
Well, because they developed up, and I think that's the only cure they got at the moment. They can say that, and for the millions of people that have been taking it, I don't see why they would be lying to us like that.
No, it's not a cure. It's not a cure.
It's a prevention.
It's a vaccine.
No, hold on. It's a vaccine. It's not a cure.
Yeah, I know it's not a cure. It's more preventing than cure. And if you can prevent me from catching it, like at the moment they're talking about a third wave.
But
it doesn't protect you from catching it. What it prevents, what it does, it reduces the risk of you dying. It doesn't prevent you catching it. It doesn't cure you. It reduces the risk of you dying.
Well, exactly. To be technical, what it does, it builds up your immune system from preventing you from catching it. That's what it does.
Say not do that night. I really if you go deep night.
Well, from what listen, as you said, Simeon.
Yeah.
We're not here to dictate or to advise.
Definitely.
Advise people whether to take it or not. I've taken it. Right. I have taken it. Let me tell you something. You know, one of the most dangerous thing right now going around the world is that people out there still believe that there's no virus. There's nothing out there killing people. Is all a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, that is true.
And that is, to me, that is very dangerous.
That could be potentially worse than the virus itself with the
exactly
false
so people who are out there preaching that there's no virus and it's a conspiracy theory and they're reducing the amount of people that live in the world and killing off old people and stuff like that. Listen, everybody have their views, you know.
That's the main thing I think come out of all of this. All said and done is, hey, is that we can take our rights somewhere if you feel like it.
I didn't think they could do that. To be fair, but it's quite sad to hear that they'd not even take on people's views. Yes, I know we've got a pandemic, and I know it's crazy right now. Like and everyone's experiencing something, and everyone's got something to talk about related to COVID, i.e., work, finances, children. Everyone has been impacted in some way, but I still think, again, we are human and we have our rights and we're entitled to voice our opinion and not be backed into a corner. I don't agree with it.
What I don't get is, I was watching news this morning and so they started off with 2 doses and then some people might be getting a 3rd dose.
That's a booster
for the year end.
Booster.
And booster one. And then they're still trying to implement the flu jab onto everybody. I don't see anybody come out and say, okay, we've done this experiment with all these, and this is the result, this is the risk, this is what happened, this is what not going to happen. I still think that they need to give us more information.
I think they will cover that data. I think they will cover that data, but it takes time, you see. It does take time.
Exactly.
But you see, the thing is, you talk about, but with that, things like the flu jab, things like if you're traveling and you're getting the typhoid or the polio or the TB, did they explain? what they've found as a result of doing these things to people?
Yeah,
No,
but
and
this
people
is a
still took
hot
them.
topic right now. And I
But
mean,
even at the time, nothing before was explained. That's what I'm saying. For me, anyway, the other immunizations, the other vaccines, they didn't say, oh, we found that this, we found that. It was just, oh, if you're going to this country, or this is something that's happening now, you need to be vaccinated.
But you know, my
People
problem
took
with that, to Sister Pam, my problem with that is, right? To be honest, if you anybody watch what this, when Sister, I never mentioned no other vaccine for nothing else.
Yeah, yeah.
Humbly, I say so, because I'm just looking at this vaccine. Because the funny thing is, the other vaccines, how long did they take to make them?
Yeah. The reason why it takes such limited time to make, because what they do, because it's such a massive pandemic and it's killing millions or thousands of people, what they do, they pump all the resources they have in every country that's researching this thing, because they had to do something.
So I
am not against the vaccine at all. I'm not against it, but I still have a question mark over it. Thing is, we know that COVID is a strain of flu. It's similar to flu, but there's so much strain adding on to it or mutating and so on. So I don't think the COVID vaccine would have been hard to make, really, because it's a flu-like symptom.
Let me show you some things. I respect what you're saying, Sister Rose, but my problem is this. My sister took the vaccine and she gave me an argument. That similar argument about everybody in the world came together and that's why it comes so quick. But to me, then why you call it as this and you have the Oxford one and you have the this and
because you
that.
have different companies. There are different companies. Just
So
like
if
you look at the flu vaccine, there will be different companies that produce the flu vaccine. There are different companies. It's just like paracetamol. You have paracetamol by Boots. You have paracetamol by a different company.
Different company.
Yeah, that's the way it is. The only difference is that they actually pumped all the resources into this one thing, because it's such a huge pandemic.
Sorry, let me finish like this, Robbie, right? Because me hear something and it troubled me, and you must hear it too. Whereas India donated vaccine to Jamaica.
Yes. Yes.
Right? You know, so that vaccine is what them banning for them country?
No. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
And then give it to Jamaica said no, them now got it.
Different country make the vaccine. Russia make their own vaccine. China making their vaccine. Different country make the vaccine. That don't mean it's no good. But like Brother Simon is adamant that he wouldn't pump that thing in him. And in the video, the discussion of my brother said he wouldn't pump that in him. Yeah, that's their opinion. Nobody is forcing anybody to take it. And by you listening to stuff on the radio or the social media that says no good and it's a demon and it's 666 and all that. Yeah, everybody have their opinion.
Barry,
don't tell me the government going pump so much resource into vaccine to give so many millions of people and it don't worth it. It's a waste of time, a waste of money.
You just hit the nail right on the head. You just hit the nail right on the head.
All right, then look at this then. You say some people just look into all the things that them say, don't do this, don't do that, don't do the vaccine. But you see, same time, all of us feeding off of something. You know what they say, don't think about one of them long if you talk about it. Yeah, the Queen what they say, oh, you should take the vaccine, and even she, you know, so everybody's listening to somebody.
Sometimes it's not about listening to people, right? Sometimes it boils down to whether you feel you have a choice or you don't, right? Here in Spain, the president gave all the presidents of the different provinces jurisdiction to make their own rules regarding who gets vaccinated. Where I am living, all the teachers had to be vaccinated. If you refused, then as a teacher, which is what I am, where does that leave my job status? Also, if you refuse, you could be fined up to €3,000. Who have Cheetos? I don't have Cheetos in my back pocket.
But I have a problem with that.
No, and I don't want to teach because that's my bread and butter.
Take your choice.
So
it's true, I agree.
Yeah, I felt that I didn't have any choice, and I wasn't happy about not having a choice. But to be honest, it kind of took the onus away from the vaccine itself. I was no longer worried about the vaccine. I was more concerned about the fact that I felt that I had no choice. Do you know what I mean? So then it kind of made me reflect and look and think, well, okay, so the vaccine wasn't really the problem. The problem is choice, right? And most people are fortunate enough to have a choice. However, when I had the vaccine, remember, I had it within less than 48 hours, they suspended the vaccine that they gave me. Right? Now, there comes another thing to be concerned about. Now I'm concerned about what it is they've put inside me that's been suspended. So that's another concern. Again, not about the vaccine.
When did you have it, Pamela? When did you have it, Pamela? And which one was you have? Was it the AstraZeneca?
I had the AstraZeneca.
AstraZeneca.
I had it on the Saturday. I was ill the whole of the Sunday. I felt like, because I've had the virus, I felt like I had the virus again. That's how, but worse. I was in so much pain for the whole of the day. The Monday, while I was still feeling ill, somebody messaged me and said, have you seen the news? When I looked, it's been suspended. So now I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to die.
Which one did you take, Robbie?
I took it yesterday, AstraZeneca. And touch wood, I don't feel ill.
Yeah.
The only thing that's happening now is this arm here, my shoulder is a little bit swollen and sore, but
yeah,
I just think what I did was, because the guy who, when I went, the guy said to me, you're gonna get this kind of symptom, you're gonna get kind of symptom. And I said to him, I said, let me tell you something. What you're telling me, I know is standard, because everybody body acts differently to everything.
That's right, yes.
So what I did was, when I took the vaccine, I took 2 paracetamol. And
I did the same.
From yesterday, 2:20, when I took it, I took 2 paracetamol every 4 hours, right up until about 10:30 last night.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been fine.
Yeah.
This morning,
I did the same.
The only thing yesterday, I felt quite lethargic. I felt lethargic, but apparently that is part of the what do you call it now? The side effect.
Side effects.
Well,
yeah.
I went to bed last night about 10:15 and I was knocked out.
Well,
I was just saying that I think like Pamela had said, that, you know, the choice has been taken out of it. So we didn't get the choice whether we want to take the vaccine or not. Yeah, because there's going to be a passport. You can't travel without it. Or who knows? Some people said that they won't employ people without them taking the vaccine.
Which we don't understand.
So, I mean, yes, it's not everybody's gonna get this COVID.
Doesn't really think what he's saying. But
exactly.
Mimi, what's your opinion, Mimi, of the situation and how you felt with COVID and how you've experienced COVID yourself? And have you taken the vaccine? If you want to discuss that, if you up to you, obviously, of course.
I haven't taken the vaccine. I don't plan to take the vaccine, not right now. I'm not saying I won't take it. I just feel a bit that there's too many it buts and maybes and questions and things going on. And obviously for me, I have had COVID. So, you know, you would think that I'd be more inclined to have it, but I just feel a bit uncomfortable with it. I just feel like there's too many, like obviously, and it's been a good debate, you know, when you talk about different brands, but the same medication. I like that that's a very good example. But for me, I just feel like with Pam as well, and that's another example of it's suspended, it's valid, it's not. I just feel like COVID is so fresh, and this new vaccine is so fresh. For me, I'm happy to wait next year. And even like with regards to the debate in regards to people having the vaccination, you know, there was talking the other day about considering children. And I just think that's so wrong, because it's so up and down, and it's not clear, you know, which one's best. And what are we having 2 doses? Are we having 3? It really leaves me unsettled. So for me, I'm pausing. Will I be having a holiday if they say to me, you know, if I don't have the vaccination, I can't go on holiday? Then fair enough. That is what it is. I won't be rushed. I won't be bullied. And we'd like the Pam referring back to going to work. That's a whole new ball game for me. I think, what happened to our rights? Do you know what I mean? I don't know how that has actually happened. I don't understand that, because we're talking about our rights and our respect and our dignity.
And that's the main thing. That's the main thing.
You guys might wonder, you might be wondering, because I've got mixed feelings about this, and I might be sending out mixed messages. I don't know. But what we got to understand is that COVID, it's not nothing new. COVID has been around for many, many years. So I still feel like COVID, the vaccine wasn't hard to make. I'm not saying,
obviously, if COVID has been out for how many years, and I'm not getting into it, you know what I mean? I'm just saying, if the vaccine, COVID has been out for years, etc., don't they think they should educate the people? Because the way that it's been, last year, these times, it was a big thing and nobody'd heard of it, COVID-19, do you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, so it's a bit of a contradictory, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that, obviously I don't know facts, if that makes sense, so I'm not saying that's the different.
A different strain of the COVID. And
when we heard about COVID back in like March and all that, the government already up on that long time ago. They may not make a noise about it, but when we really get a hold of it and start and the big news going out, how many people are, don't tell me the government and the scientists and medical people that didn't know about it before then.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Start working on a vaccine before then. When we heard about vaccine, they already been working on it.
But why they can't work on a vaccine? That stop you catching the damn thing in the first place.
Listen, if you look at the statistics, right? A flu jab prevents you getting flu by 56%.
56? That's all?
56%, yeah. That's what I read about. 56%.
I believe that, but to me that don't make sense. Come not take it.
Hold on. Simeon. One second. I'm just gonna compare something to you.
Yeah,
I've never taken a flu jab. Never.
I've never. Go on.
Right? Now, they're saying that if you take the flu jab, it protects you up to 56%. They say the first jab of this, let's say AstraZeneca, let's say the COVID vaccine, it protects you up to 76%.
That's quite high, yeah.
No, when you take the second jab, which is 12 weeks later, it gives you up to 98% immunity. Okay? Nothing is perfect.
Yeah, but
nothing is perfect. I know people who have taken the flu jab and still get flu. And apparently, I don't know because I've never experienced it. I'm only giving you second-hand information.
I took it once before
and you get flu, it's 10 times worse.
I took it once before. One time I ever took the flu jab and I had to go back to it nearly killed me. I went to the doctor, they gave me antibiotic and I took that 7 days dose, and that's when the flu really set in. I had to go back to the doctor and get another dose of antibiotic, a bigger dose this time. And that's what, and I never took it again. So
myself, me listen to the both side of the thing, then me have to make a conclusion for myself.
I agree with you, Simeon, to a certain degree.
But you know what hold on there. Is when them take away your choice, I have a problem.
I agree with you. I agree with you to a certain degree. We all should have a choice as what we put into our body.
Simeon.
Okay? So let's agree on that.
Definitely. That's what I'm
you know what the worst thing is? As you said, Simeon, is listening to people. And you know what is the most, which is the most dangerous? Listening to social media. Because on social media, every single body has a different scenario. As to why they're going to take it and as to why they ain't going to take it.
Respect, Robbie. But you see, we'll finish like this, because I'm not going to give the rest of people time to talk. But you see, same time, you see that? You know, the greatest person I listen to is myself.
Of course.
Right?
And that's where your personal choice comes in.
Logics, right? We look at certain logics. I was saying that people said don't take it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, that's fine. But I was saying.
Let me ask you a question, Simeon. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Simeon. What if you had catch the coronavirus, went into hospital, been through what some of these people been through, ventilators and all that, and you survive it and come out and feel good again, and they approach you and said, it's your time since you're vulnerable to take the vaccine, would you take it?
No, I wouldn't.
You still wouldn't take it? No?
You still wouldn't take it?
What would change your mind?
Why wouldn't you take it?
Ask me a question and 10 people answer. Please work with
Why
me.
wouldn't you take it?
Because
Make
I
you answer
don't.
the question, Barry.
After what you've been through.
You see what I mean? Let me allow me to function, please. No,
Let him
I respect
go back.
what
Let
you're
him go
saying,
back.
and you ask me a humble question, and I say I still wouldn't take it. I tell you, when I would take that vaccine, if I'm to take that vaccine, it's from them say, if you watch this, I just say don't listen to anybody, but me say about a year from now. That's what me say. Me never read that nowhere. Me other people give time on it, and me did say from a year from now. Make me watch the effects. You have certain people now take it and I watch the effects of other people first, you know, right? Me say a year from now. You say a year from now when me say, yeah, it really not do nothing to the people. Then that would have made little more sense. And if it did stop me spreading it or stop me getting it, then that would have made sense to me. If it don't do that, them two things, I don't see why I'm taking that.
After what you've been through, and they say the vaccine can help prevent. And you rather go through that again than take a vaccine.
You hear what people say. Not somebody tell me that.
You'd rather go through that again than take the vaccine.
Who say I'm going to go through that again? I'm going to
You never know.
Next time.
You never know.
You can take the vaccine and go through that.
So each as to, you know, what the do's and don'ts of taking the vaccine. Why are you going to be looking forward to now that the restrictions are kind of lifting and you can have some kind of normality in life? And Mimi, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, but for me, to be fair, what I was looking forward to is seeing my mum. So she's in a care home. And obviously now that they're easing down with the lockdown, I'm allowed to go and see her. What I would like though is for it not to be an issue when all of the family can go together. So I'm one of 4 siblings, and what they're saying is only one person can visit up until they give new guidelines. I don't really agree with that. That's another debate. Hey ho. At least they acknowledge that people in care homes that haven't been treated fairly. I think they've been treated really bad. Good intentions, but they could have done things a lot better. So for me, it's already started to ease, if that makes sense for me. That's one of the main things, just being around my family and enjoying the sun and, you know, embracing life.
Yeah, and it's a difficult decision for you to decide between your siblings as who can go.
Yeah, it was a debate. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
But hopefully you can get through that. Definitely, so yeah. And Robbie, what you
look? I'm looking for the restriction being lifted, really, and looking hopefully to get back. Like I said before, I don't know what to expect, but I'm hopefully looking to can walk into the pub and sit and have a pint, walk into the bar, have a pint, and don't have to. Wait, I want another man having vaccines. He just come close to me contact. And you know, I want to have should have put on my mask. And another thing, some people say they're waiting. If you wait and still later on you decide to take the vaccine, you don't know why. Look, the majority is taking it now. And most of, like I said, people of color, minority, refusing the vaccine. Who knows if when they're ready, if they're going to have the same good vaccine that they give it out to the majority. I don't know. No, we're too long enough.
2 different types of vaccine. I don't know about that.
I am looking forward for the aeroplane to start going abroad. I need to see my parents. I need to see my siblings. I need to see friends. I need a holiday. I need to meet up with my friends. I need to have a good time, back to normal.
So, wait, you're not no friend yet? You're not no friend yet?
Well, I'm to it.
I said I'm looking forward to meeting up with friends.
Fly out.
No, it's here as well. And I'm looking forward for Jamlish crew to meet up and have a good time together.
Yeah, and flip some chicken pan the barbecue and jump in a Michelle hot tub.
Bake a few cakes and, you know.
Looking forward to that.
Yes.
Pamela, your own view. What are you going to be looking forward to?
I too, I'm looking forward to Jamlish coming over here and for us to go down to the beach club and to kick back and have caipirinha after caipirinha after caipirinha till we can't pronounce caipirinha.
Caipirinha.
What is that?
Is that?
It's a cocktail. It's a Brazilian cocktail, but I only find out about it when I come here. And trust me, it's very nice.
I think it's
And
a
I'm
trampoline, yeah.
also looking forward to, obviously, to being able to go back home to the UK and see my mom, see my children, my grandchildren. I see my grandson go from a baby to a boy. I'm looking forward to getting cuddles before him turn man.
I need to see my children and my grandchild too.
And Robbie, what you looking forward to, sir?
Well, you know what? You see this COVID thing here is made me look at life in a different perspective, you know.
You've taken the vaccine, as you said.
I've taken the vaccine, and I won't tell anybody to take, as Simeon said, to take it or not to take it. But listen, COVID has changed my views on life to a certain degree because, listen, it teaches you to appreciate life. It teaches you to accept a lot of things in life. You understand? Because a lot of us, we're sitting here and talking now, but we probably wouldn't be here if we had caught it. And we need to appreciate that. We need to understand that. We need to understand that things that we took for granted in the past, that we should sit back and look back and relax and think to ourselves, you know what? You see these things? Never take them for granted because life is short, my friend. Life is short. My friends, my sister, Barry, my best friend, we always link up. Me and Barry go to play music. We play out a party and all the thing. I'm looking forward to them thing there. I'm looking forward to get back together. We can flip 2 chicken down in London and ease ourselves and drink a rum and play domino and play Ludi. Because you know what? The simple things in life matters. And you don't see that until when you're in a situation like this, where your back is against the wall. And we need to understand and learn that these are the simple things in life we don't take for granted. Life is too short.
Sure. Thank you. And Simeon, your own view, sir, what you're going to be looking forward to?
What I'm looking back forward to is that thing what we used to call normal. That thing that we used to call normal, you know, people stop being scared of people. People don't have to wear their mask, you know. And that thing what we used to call normal, I would call it freedom. You're free, you know.
Yeah.
That's why this taking away your right thing really troubles me. That troubles me. A person, if they want to take it, fine. If they don't want to take it, should be fine too. You see, if the case was to me, if taking the vaccine, they stop you spreading, I can see why they were pushing it. If them say taking the vaccine stop you getting it, I could see why they're pushing it. I mean, why are you going to stop me from getting on a plane if I didn't take the vaccine? I'm not going to spread it no different from the man who's taking it, right? You know, I want that thing we call norm. That's what I'm looking forward to, my friend. What we used to call norm.
Well, I think the new norm. We'll just have to see what happens in the future. It's good that we've all given our own experience of what we're going through, and it's been a good debate. I personally, I've taken the vaccine as well. At the time, at the time when I went,
him save it to the end. All right, go ahead.
they actually banned it on the day that I went there. So and the day before when I booked the appointment, they told me the one I was having, and then the morning that in Ireland they banned it, and it was banned across Europe. So I still went, and then the nurse had a discussion with her, and she put my mind at rest, and I took the vaccine. And like Robbie said, I did have a slight pain. I had a pain in my arm the day after, and took paracetamol, and after that it went. No problems ever since.
Was it a woman nurse?
It was a woman nurse.
You should have said, did she look good? It still needs a pain, you know what I mean?
So, you know, everybody's got their own experience to tell. You know, we're all here, and let's hope going forward, we're all going to be here in the future.
Amen
so,
to exactly,
my friend. Exactly.
Thank you for
all the most important thing.
Yeah, everybody's, you know, involved in this debate. Thank you very much for that and your views. And we want you as the audience to get involved, leave your comments, and we will respond to them. And if it's something else we can bring up in the future, definitely we can do with that. So thank you for joining Jamlish Real Talk with a little bit of
with a little bit of Labrish.
Yes, cheers, viewers.
Skibble sister, Jamlish, a little real talk with a little bit of Labrish, yeah. Jamlish, them talk real talk, them not talk no foolishness, no way. Jamlish, a little Jamaican wrap up in all the English, yeah. Jamlish, the real talk show, with a little bit of Labrish. Skibbo says so.